Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Madisonville Marine. The fishing show is going on today at the Knoxville Expo Center. Get out to see bass boats, pontoons for fishing, fishing boats in general. They got all kinds of fishing boats. And right now, it's the best time of the year to buy from Madisonville Marine. Folks, they got rebates, they got extended warranties, they got dollar back programs. Seriously, between now and March 31st, get to Madisonville Marine, or get today to the fishing show, or in a couple weeks, get to the boat show. Buy now. And here's the other thing. If you don't want to take delivery now because it's bad weather, you can buy now, take advantage of the deal, and they'll deliver in May, for example. Madisonville Marine, you're not going to beat that. Okay, Mark and Mike, I just screwed up our director and waved him back to me when the reality is we were supposed to go to a graphic first. My apologies to Chris Lane, our spectacular director, who I've probably now blown up the show. There it is. We've got it. All right. Wednesday, Tennessee is at Vanderbilt. The Commodores are 9-8 overall, a woeful 0-5 in the SEC. After that, they got Saturday at 4 o'clock. Bob Huggins and West Virginia come here. They're not looking so hot either, 9-9 overall, but they're 1-5 in the Big 12. I can tie these games together, though. West Virginia's one win, first win in the league, came against Kansas yesterday at home. All right. Vandy, winless. Tennessee has had trouble. If Tennessee winds up number one, Mark, I hate to bring up bad memories. If Tennessee winds up number one this week, the last time they were number one and went to Vanderbilt, that was an immediate loss. How much danger is there in a trip to Memorial Coliseum to face an 0-5 Vanderbilt team?
Well, I think there's definite danger. The environment is going to be different, although I do think it's going to be pretty orange in there. The difference when we went there as number one team in the country, we had just come off a really big victory, 1 versus 2, high emotions. Whereas this team, Tennessee's coming from a game that they didn't play very well.
And so
I think they'll be more focused. But it's going to be a tough game. But as Mike was talking about last night, Vanderbilt looked like they had kind of thrown the towel in after some injuries that they've been dealing with. But it'll be interesting to see how they go up against West Virginia.
In terms of a matchup, anything to be concerned about?
I think
seriously.
Vanderbilt's not shooting the ball very well right now. They're one of the worst in the league, 28% for conference play. But they've got the ability, and I think sometimes you see those numbers and you let up a little bit, and if they get hot, they can put them up.
Vandy's got, I'm surprised they're winless in the SEC, even though they lost Darius Garland, the 5-star point guard, but I'm still surprised that they're not playing better than they are because they've got several good players.
You've seen Tennessee go over there to Memorial Coliseum low these many years, Mike. How difficult is that in terms of a place to play? Just because you're at the end, it's a little different, or is that overrated?
I think if you're going in there for the first time, but it's not. I mean, Schofield, Williams, all these guys have been in there a couple of times before, and it's going to be a lot of Tennessee fans in there too. So,
and the other thing for Vanderbilt, they've played LSU, Kentucky, Mississippi State, South Carolina, who's 4-1. Whereas Tennessee, if you look at who we've beaten in conference play, we've beaten the bottom half of the league. So Vanderbilt's played a tougher SEC schedule up to this point.
Okay, very quickly, West Virginia comes here. Again, they were winless until they beat Kansas. So you can see what they – now, that was at home, but you could see what their high-end possibilities are. Talk to me about West Virginia and Bob Huggins.
Coaches poll and media poll, preseason top 13 in the country. So very, very capable. They'll drive it. They'll press us. They don't have a big side in interior, so they're going to try to get us playing up-tempo, playing outside.
I think this is a good one to have on your home floor, Thompson-Boling Arena, and this is probably a good year to be playing West Virginia in this Big 12 SEC Challenge.
There isn't a lot I like about the Big 12 SEC Challenge. It's better for Tennessee now that they're good and they get matched up with good teams. But getting Bob Huggins into Thompson-Boling Arena, those kinds of things are fun.
Yeah.
Seeing those times of name legendary coaches come into Knoxville is a good thing.
Yeah, we think we're tough. We'll find out against Bob Huggins team.
You're right.
His teams will be throwing elbows all day. All right. A little bit later, we're going to talk about will Tennessee wind up number one in the country? I need to look over there. Will they be number one in the country? Do they deserve to be number one in the country? We'll discuss all that. But next, did Alabama's game plan yesterday show Tennessee's future foes any kind of a blueprint on how you play Tennessee? We'll discuss. Come on back.